Review-Gridlock, the third episode of the third series of the new series of Doctor Who, in which the Doctor and Martha go to New York, being the second time for the Doctor, to find that humans and New Yorkers live on a planet where the remainder of humanity live in perpetual gridlock within the motorway, an underground highway system. What? Okay, so the Time War. This is the third episode, as I said, of the third series, being the Martha Jones season, my favorite season for Tennant. And Gridlock completes the loose trilogy that began in The End of the World, 2005, and New Earth in 2006. So you have the Doctor, and the Doctor takes Martha with his TARDIS to like the year 5053 in New York. But this is not just New York, it's New New York. So on the planet New Earth. Okay. A place to which he had previously taken Rose. They end up in an alleyway where the street traders are selling mood patches, basically drugs that have emotions for humans. Like guilt, happiness, lust, anger, just forget everything. To help people deal with the motorway, the underground highway. But as they are investigating this, Martha is kidnapped at gunpoint and drugged by a young couple. But once in their vehicle, they explain that the woman from the couple that kidnapped Martha is pregnant, and they needed 3 adult passengers to qualify for the high occupancy vehicle lane, or the fast lane. And then they will drop Martha off when they reach their destination 10 miles away in 6 years. Does this sound stupid to you? Let's keep reading, shall we? The couple also mentions rumors about something living down in the fast lane, saying that cars just go down there and vanish, never to be seen again. And the Doctor chases Martha all over the place and eventually comes to the motorway and finds thousands of hover vans stuck in a tridimensional gridlock. So all these cars, they're basically like vans and whatever, they're stuck in this gridlock and they move. Ridiculous. The fumes in the air begin to affect the Doctor, but he's invited into the hover van of Thomas Kincaid Brannigan, a cat person. His human wife, and who have a litter of kittens. The Doctor learns that the couple, along with the other traffic on the road, have only traveled a short distance in several years. The vans have become their homes. Now you see, even saying this much to you, this episode sounds very, very highly It's a rotten one, I'm telling you. It's not that good. I watch it and I can barely make it through every time. But I don't know. I don't like it at all. Continuity wise, the episode ties up a loose trilogy that began in The End of the World and New Earth. Novice Haim with the Green Crescent scene on the moon patches that previously appeared in New Earth. This episode marks the second appearance of the large crustacean Makra race. So the Makra make a return, and they previously appeared in the second Doctor serial, the Makra Terror, in '67. In Gridlock, they have devolved from their previous, more intelligent state. So basically just giant crabs now. Alice and Mary Sassini are the first homosexual married couple featured in Doctor Who. So they're basically gay old women. Okay. In the car of the two Asian girls, there's a poster on the wall with the Chinese characters which translate as Bad Wolf. The face of Bo calls the Doctor old friend, a hint at revelations to come about this character's possible true identity, suspected to be Jack Harkness. Episode was written by Russell T Davies. At least I'm pretty sure. Come to think of it. I think it was. I have to fast forward through here to see. Yes, Russell T Davies wrote this. I had to go past the opening scene, which I don't like either, because you have the American Gothic painting people. Ridiculous. I mean, watching this now, it's going fast forward silently back through it. There's those American Gothic painting people, and the old man and the old woman, and it's just ridiculous. My guess is, I'm sure that meant that since that painting was painted, and there's real people apparently, that they have traveled that far along and they're still alive. But yet, that doesn't make sense either, because where'd they get the car? You see? So, I mean, the acting in this is good. It's a bit hammy. I mean, not as much as later on in the third series with the two Dalek episodes, Dogs in Manhattan and all that. Those are god awful. Awful. Right? So Gridlock, I don't like it. I feel the third series is really underwritten. I feel that it could have a great chance, but it's basically like the odd season. Because you have Series 1 with Eccleston. That's just kind of getting the stuff started. Right? You have a lot of Slovene, though. Then you have Series 2, which is basically this is the Rose anthology. I don't like Rose at all. Then you have Series 3 and Martha. I love Martha. She was great. She was smart. She was also a doctor. But, she was the rebound companion, and I feel like that's her downfall. Then you got Series 4, which is by far my favorite season, because the colors are amazing, the quality of the camera is amazing, the HD quality kind of coming through, and just the stories, the writing, the characters, everything is great. Then you have Series 5, I'm not too keen on. I mean, I like the 11th hour. But then Series 6 is the Let's Confuse Everyone season. Let's make a big story arc. And then Series 7, so far, what we got is let's make big, epic, movie quality episodes. But let's put a twist on the end of them. I don't know. I'm more of a fan of the old series, but the new series has its moments and episodes for me. So, this episode has David Tennant as the Doctor. He's got a good performance. Free Benjamin as Martha Jones. And Ardrell O'Hanlon as Brannigan. So, it's just kind of a weird episode. I mean, I don't know. I mean, see, I can't even really describe it because it's just weird. I mean, you have these cars, and eventually the Doctor gets everything right. And while he's doing it, he's jumping from car to car to car, and he jumps to a Rene Magritte painting guy, like the suit with the derby and the umbrella. Then you got the Asian girls, you got all these other people, and yeah. I don't know. But then you got, I feel that, the whole drug world thing with the emotions, the whole drug lords, not drug lords, but the drug emotions, that was stupid. So, overall, this story is rather a dud episode. I mean, the acting's okay, the storyline's god-awful, the characters are awful, the Makra comeback is pretty much nothing. I mean, the villain really in this episode is supposed to be the Makra, but yet the Makra don't even have hardly any screen time. It's weird, because the Makra started out, I like the Makra in Second Doctor era, but now they're just like, ugh. So, if I had to give the story a rating, I'd give it out of 10, about a 2.5 to a 3 out of 10. I really don't like this episode at all. No respects at all for it. The only good part is it has David Tennant as the Doctor. He's a great Doctor. But other than that, nothing at all. I can't even think of really how else to review this episode. So, about generously a 3 out of 10. Giving it's a David Tennant episode. So a 3 out of 10. And I realize this is my first episode review, so it's going to be a little short for time constraints and whatever. So, I guess to wrap this up, I'd say if you're a fan of this episode, watch it. If you're not, congratulations. If you thought about watching this episode, I'd maybe say try it. If you don't like it, I guess I kind of told you so, in a way. I mean, I wouldn't recommend this episode for someone that's saying for a list of episodes to watch, for someone that's never seen this episode before. I mean, not episode, this show before. I would not recommend this episode at all, in any respects. So, 3 out of 10 on Gridlock. So to wrap this up, my next review, comment on it, will either be Black Orchid or The Brain of Morbius. And I'm leaning towards Brain of Morbius. So my next review will be The Brain of Morbius. I've already decided myself, so it's not going to be Black Orchid. That might be the third or fourth one. So my second review is going to be The Brain of Morbius. It's going to be a lot better than this one. Love that episode, so you're going to see that one. So, I'll see you in my next review, guys. This has been a review of Doctor Who's third episode of the third season, Gridlock. See you next time, guys, for the Brain of Morbius. See you next time, guys.